impossible things that turned out to be real. Let's jump right into this. Number 9. The Immortal Jellyfish. Picture this. You're at the beach, sunscreen smeared unevenly across your back, trying not to burn like a rotisserie chicken. Meanwhile, floating out there in the ocean is a creature that basically said, "Aging? Nah, I'm good." That's right, the Immortal Jellyfish, also known as Turritopsis dohrnii. Instead of dying like every other respectable organism, this jellyfish can reverse its own aging process. When it's stressed, injured, or just plain tired of adulting, it reverts its cells back to an earlier stage of life, essentially rebooting itself like a Windows XP computer. Scientists call this cellular transdifferentiation. Regular people call it cheating death. Imagine if you, after hitting 40, could just slam the reset button and revert back to being a teenager, pimples and all. Of course, it's not true immortality. These jellyfish still get eaten, squished, or washed up like sea jello shots, but biologically, they've cracked the code that your overpriced anti-aging cream has been lying about. So, yes, while you're stressing about wrinkles, somewhere in the ocean there's a jellyfish pulling a Benjamin button on repeat. Basically, nature invented a respawn button, and it gave it to a squishy blob with no brain. Thanks, evolution. Number 8. Ball lightning. Okay, imagine your house gets hit by lightning. That's already terrifying. Now imagine instead of a quick zap, a glowing orb of fire floats through your living room like some paranormal screensaver from the early 2000 seconds. Welcome to the nightmare known as ball lightning. This bizarre phenomenon has been reported for centuries. Giant glowing balls of electricity that drift, bounce, even pass through walls like they own the place. For a long time, scientists thought these reports were just drunk villagers describing swamp gas. But no, turns out ball lightning is a real thing. The physics? Still kind of a mystery. One theory is that lightning vaporizes silica in the soil, creating floating glowing plasma balls. Another is, well, no one actually knows. That's the beauty of it. It's like the universe's weird party trick. People have reported them lasting up to a minute, sizzling, humming, and then either vanishing or exploding like a mini firework. Now imagine explaining that to your insurance company. Yeah, a glowing orb rolled through my kitchen and exploded near the fridge. Totally believable, right? Basically, it's nature cosplaying as a Pokemon attack. Number 7, the Zombie Fungus. If you thought mushrooms were just pizza toppings or questionable festival accessories, meet Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. This is a fungus that turns ants into full-blown zombies. No, not like ants walking slowly with outstretched arms. Worse. Here's the horror movie recap. The spores land on an ant, burrow inside, and hijack its brain chemistry. The ant suddenly abandons its normal duties and starts climbing plants like it's auditioning for American Ninja Warrior. Once it reaches the perfect height, the fungus forces it to bite down and stay there. Then, plot twist, the fungus bursts out of the ant's head, sprouting a creepy stalk that rains more spores down onto other unsuspecting ants. Scientists love it, gamers fear it, and HBO made an entire show, The Last of Us, inspired by it. The real kicker? The fungus is weirdly specific. It targets certain ant species with sniper-level precision. So if you've been paranoid about zombie fungus infecting humans, relax, you're safe. For now, basically, it's proof that nature doesn't just play rough. It plays horror survival mode. Number 6. The stone spheres of Costa Rica. Imagine wandering through the jungle and suddenly stumbling across a bunch of massive, perfectly round stone balls just chilling in the dirt. That's not the start of an Indiana Jones movie, that's real life in Costa Rica. These things, some as small as a bowling ball and others bigger than your car, are so absurdly smooth and spherical that if you tried to carve one today, you'd probably rage quit halfway through. No one knows exactly why they were made. Theories range from astronomical markers to status symbols to some ancient game of who can flex the hardest by carving the perfect sphere. They were made by the Dikis people centuries ago, and their exact tools and methods are still a mystery. What makes it even stranger is their placement. Some were found arranged in lines, triangles, or clusters that might have aligned with constellations. Basically, the ancient Costa Ricans may have been like, hey, let's make the world's most confusing outdoor art installation. And now archaeologists have been scratching their heads for decades trying to decode it. So yeah, next time you're struggling to make a snowball, just remember that people centuries ago were casually sculpting flawless stone globes for reasons nobody can explain. Humans, 1. Common sense, 0. Number 5. The Placebo Surgery. Here's one for your brain's list of party tricks. You've probably heard of the placebo effect sugar pills making people feel better just because they think they're getting real medicine. But did you know there are placebo surgeries? That's right, people have gone under anesthesia, been cut open, stitched back up, and walked away healed, even though the surgeon didn't actually fix anything. In one famous study on knee pain, doctors split patients into groups. One group got the full surgery, and the other just had incisions made without any actual repairs. The result? Both groups reported the same level of pain relief and improved mobility. Their brains basically said, surgery happened, time to stop hurting, and the body complied. That's how powerful belief can be. Your brain can literally rewire your pain perception based on the idea of being fixed. Of course, this isn't a universal cure. Placebo surgery isn't about to replace organ transplants. But it's wild proof that your mind has a level of control over your body that makes even the best painkillers jealous. So next time you complain about a stubbed toe, maybe just convince yourself you got surgery for it. Boom, miracle cure. Number 4, animals that rain from the sky. Picture yourself walking to work, coffee in hand, when suddenly plop a frog falls out of the sky. You're not hallucinating. You're not in a biblical plague. You've just experienced animal rain. It's been documented around the world. Frogs, fish, even worms raining down like nature's grossest confetti. The culprit? Waterspouts and tornadoes. These swirling funnels can suck up lightweight animals from ponds or rivers, carry them miles into the air, and then when the storm loses, steam just drop them on unsuspecting towns. Imagine getting hit by a fish to the face on your morning commute. Good luck explaining that at the office. One famous case happened in Honduras, where fish rain is so common, they literally have a festival for it. Yes, an actual celebration where people gather buckets and collect fresh skyfish for dinner. Humans are nothing if not resourceful. It's bizarre, it's rare, but it's real. And it's the universe's way of reminding us that sometimes the sky really is falling just with extra slime. Number 3. Human magnetism. You've probably seen some dude on a talent show sticking spoons and frying pans to his chest like he's auditioning for the world's weirdest superhero team. Believe it or not, human magnetism is a real thing, or at least something close enough that science can't completely laugh it off. People have been documented with the ability to stick metal, plastic, even glass objects to their skin, as if they've got industrial-strength fridge magnets built in. The twist? It's not actual magnetism. When researchers studied these so-called magnetic people, they found out the effect comes from super sticky skin. No, not like honey or glue. More like unusually smooth, slightly oily skin that creates enough friction to make objects cling. Combine that with body heat and posture, and boom, you're suddenly a walking utensil drawer. Of course, some magnetic people lean hard into the myth, claiming supernatural powers. But the science boils down to, your body's basically Velcro with extra moisturizer. Still, if you're the guy who can stick half the silverware set to your torso at family dinner, you're going to win every dare ever. Basically, nature gave a few humans the party trick nobody asked for, but everybody wants to try. Number 2, Death Valley's moving rocks. You'd think giant boulders are supposed to, stay put. But in Death Valley, California, rocks weighing hundreds of pounds mysteriously glide across the desert floor, leaving long trails like they're out for a casual stroll. No pranksters with forklifts, no UFOs doing rock redecorating, it's real. For decades, no one had a clue how it worked. Then scientists finally cracked it, a perfect storm of conditions. In winter, a thin sheet of ice forms under the rocks. When the sun warms it slightly, the ice breaks into panels that get pushed by gentle winds. The rocks, perched on this slippery surface, skate forward like they're auditioning for dancing on ice. It's slow, like centimeters per second slow, but the effect is dramatic. You wake up one day and a giant rock has just moved 30 feet overnight. The desert floor looks like nature's Etch-a-Sketch. So yeah, turns out these boulders aren't haunted or self-aware. They're just better at ice skating than you are. Number 1. Bioluminescent beaches. Imagine walking along the shore at night and every step you take makes the ocean glow blue, like you're starring in a fantasy movie. No, you're not hallucinating from bad seafood that's bioluminescence. Certain plankton and algae contain chemicals that react with oxygen, producing a dazzling neon glow whenever the water is disturbed. It's like nature installed LED lights in the ocean just to show off. The glow can be so intense that entire waves light up, glowing electric blue as they crash. Tourists freak out, Instagram loses its mind, and locals quietly sigh because it means the ecosystem might be stressed. The science is wild too. The plankton use this light as a defense mechanism, basically saying, "Hey predator, don't eat me, I'm radioactive." Spoiler, they're not, but it's enough to scare off some attackers. Humans meanwhile just stand there going, "Ooh, pretty," while walking in circles to make glowing footprints. So yeah, while your living room lamp flickers when the Wi-Fi drops, The ocean casually throws a rave every time a wave breaks. That's everything for today's video. I'll keep making more like this, so subscribe if you want to see them.